Is a $4 million Patriot interceptor useless against a $2,000 enemy drone? That is the exact nightmare facing NATO air defense forces on the eastern flank today. In late 2025 and early 2026, defense spending surged across Europe, with Sweden committing 2.8% of its gross domestic product to national defense. As hostile uncrewed aerial vehicles repeatedly violated Baltic airspace, military command structures faced total financial depletion by expending multi-million-dollar missiles on low-cost targets. Exhausting strategic air defense inventories left critical military infrastructure exposed and completely vulnerable to relentless saturation raids, leading global defense analysts to argue that, on paper, their only tactical salvation would be an economical anti-aircraft gun platform. To neutralize this threat, the Swedish Armed Forces deployed the Lvkv 9040, a specialized 30-ton self-propelled anti-aircraft gun, to Latvia in late 2025, marking Sweden's first foreign air defense mission since the 1960s. Only 30 units of this system exist in the Swedish inventory, with merely 3 upgraded to the heavily armored Lvkv 9040C standard. Utilizing a 40mm Bofors cannon with a firing rate of 300 rounds per minute, a single engagement sequence using programmable proximity ammunition costs between $3,000 and $5,000. This reduces interception expenditure by more than 99% compared to traditional surface-to-air missiles, securing high-value assets at a fraction of the cost. Before we go on, you think automated guns will completely replace traditional air defense missiles against drone swarms, or will interceptors always remain essential? Share your thoughts below. Hit subscribe to join our global defense community, and tell me where you're watching from. At the core of the Lvkv 9040 air defense capability is the legendary 40mm Bofors L-70 automatic cannon, engineered to deliver 300 rounds per minute with an elevation range extending from -8 degrees to +50 degrees. What makes this platform a premier counter, uncrewed aerial system tracker is its integration with 40mm Bofors 3P programmable ammunition. Before a shell leaves the barrel, the fire control computer programs the electronic fuse with precise target distance data. Upon reaching a distance of 2 to 3 meters from the threat, the shell detonates, dispersing over 1,100 tungsten pellets at supersonic velocity. This creates an impenetrable wall of kinetic energy capable of shredding structural frames and propulsion components without requiring a direct hit. The operator can instantly cycle through 6 distinct firing modes, seamlessly transitioning from proximity detonation for airborne targets to armor-piercing rounds capable of penetrating ground targets. Target acquisition relies on the PS-95 pulse Doppler radar, mounted in a cylindrical dome atop the turret. Operating with an aerial detection range of 14 kilometers and a tracking radius of 10 kilometers, this sensor provides rapid identification of low radar cross-section threats. To ensure survivability against modern anti-radiation missiles, the system incorporates the Saab UDA's electro-optical sight and an infrared search and track sensor. This enables silent hunting operations, where the vehicle receives target telemetry directly from the LvKv Air Defense Command Network, keeping its own active radar completely dark until the moment of engagement. Mobile protection is provided by the Scania V8 diesel engine, delivering 600 horsepower, propelling the platform to speeds of 70 kilometers per hour. In the upgraded Lvkv 9040C Caesar variant, modular ceramic add-on armor withstands 30mm armor-piercing hits, ensuring high survivability for the 7-person crew in contested environments. The operational value of the Lvkv 9040 became fully evident following Sweden's historic accession to NATO in March 2024. Facing heightened security requirements along the eastern flank, the Swedish government enacted a massive 18% expansion in defense spending for 2026, adding 26.6 billion Swedish kroner, equivalent to nearly $2.9 billion. This funding directly supported the deployment of Swedish ground forces to Latvia, establishing a forward defensive line against low-altitude incursions. In mid-2026, incursions by hostile uncrewed aerial vehicles in the Baltic region reached critical levels, prompting NATO to establish an advanced counter-uncrewed aerial system testing center in Selija, Latvia. During the Baltic Zenith live fire exercise in May 2026, the Lvkv 9040 was pitted against complex swarm simulation attacks alongside Allied air defense platforms like the German Skyranger 30 and Jeopard. Tactical evaluations confirmed that the Lvkv 9040 achieved an interception success rate exceeding 95% against targets within a 3.5-kilometer engagement envelope. Operating in coordination with French Rafale and Mirage fighter jets, the vehicle provided essential low-altitude point defense, protecting vulnerable airfields and radar stations. An often overlooked tactical feature is its secondary anti-armor capability. When depressing the Bofors barrel to -8 degrees, the vehicle can fire 40mm APST armor-piercing fin-stabilized discarding sabot rounds. Operating at a muzzle velocity of 1,400 meters per second, these penetrators can defeat up to 140mm of rolled homogeneous armor at a distance of 500 meters, enabling the crew to neutralize opposing infantry fighting vehicles in close-quarters ground engagements. However, effective air defense fire requires the vehicle to halt briefly for 3 to 5 seconds to stabilize its firing solution, making ambush positioning and network data integration vital to its operational survival. Looking toward the next 3 to 12 months, 2 distinct operational scenarios emerge for the Swedish Lvkv 9040 fleet. Under the most probable trajectory, Swedish commanders will maintain a permanent rotational footprint at a Dazi military base in Latvia. This posture reinforces a crucial 3.5-kilometer point defense barrier over key NATO command centers, preventing low-altitude saturation strikes from disrupting Allied operations. In a secondary strategic scenario, mounting defense production in Europe during late 2026 could enable Sweden to transfer a specialized batch of Lvkv 9040 units along with programmable 3P ammunition to Ukraine. Deployed near critical energy infrastructure in Kharkiv or Odessa, these vehicles would directly counter nighttime swarms of low-cost, uncrewed aerial vehicles, preserving depleted stockpiles of expensive surface-to-air missiles. On a global strategic level, the deployment of this Swedish platform marks the definitive rebirth of self-propelled anti-aircraft artillery in modern doctrine. Decades of relying exclusively on costly missile interceptors created a severe economic vulnerability against mass-produced aerial threats. By fusing the mobile CV-90 armored chassis with 40mm programmable airburst technology, Sweden has provided a masterclass in cost-effective air defense engineering. The ultimate lesson of modern warfare is clear. Victory belongs not to those who deploy the most expensive weapons, but to those who achieve tactical balance through economic sustainability. As defense planners worldwide rebuild their short-range air defense capabilities, one crucial debate remains. Will advanced gun platforms using smart ammunition remain the ultimate solution against uncrewed aerial systems? Or will high-energy laser weapons eventually render kinetic anti-aircraft artillery obsolete?